It's not like any other podcast, coming to you straight from the heartland where investing is told like it is. It's time for Darin Garman's Paranoid Banker Podcast. Hold on, because here comes the next episode of the Paranoid Banker Podcast.
Hey everybody, welcome to, we're already on podcast 240. Hard to believe it's been that many, and says a lot of things. And the biggest thing that comes to my mind, I guess the first thing is how quickly time goes by. And just thinking out loud now, as I'm recording this podcast number 240, we're already through January of 2021. I mean, boom, just like that. We're already into February, which is amazing. A month already gone. And, you know, the question is, what did you do with the month? Where are you sitting now compared to where you were earlier this year, beginning of the year, beginning of January? We're already into February, and hard to believe that a month has already gone by. And hopefully you are hitting all of your targets. You're getting all of the things accomplished that you want to get accomplished, whatever that is and whatever is important to you. I hope you're doing it and hope you're getting there. And the last month was very productive, and you are kicking ass and getting to where you want to be, wherever that is. And that is actually related to what I want to talk about with this week's podcast. And it has to do with a question I get a lot from people wanting to know the answer to this question. And a lot of it comes to me when, so for example, I am going to be releasing another book here in March. And oddly enough, the book isn't really focused so much about investing or multifamily. It has a large part of it. A large part of it has to do with multifamily. But it's really about another subcategory of multifamily that many multifamily owners and investors deal with. If they haven't yet, they will ultimately. How to deal with it, what to do, when you have to deal with it, and how to do it not only quickly, effectively, but profitably. So keep an eye open for that book. It will be coming out in March. I won't give any more information away about it. Not that it's going to be a New York Times bestseller, by the way, but we won't be giving any more information out about it until we get that book released, which will be in March. But I digress, because whenever I have conversations with people about how prolific I am with books, podcasts, and really at the end of the day, like the investor said to me a couple weeks ago, getting shit done. And I mean, he's exactly right. I get a lot of shit done. And I would argue probably 10 times more than the average person, at least. And that's not, I mean, I'm not patting myself on the back when I say that. I just think it's pretty accurate compared to the people that I see and who I'm exposed to on a daily basis. So the question I get is, how do you do it? So what do you do to be as prolific as you are? What are your routines? What are your secrets? What is your methodology? What's your routine? What do you do? Okay, how do you do it? What do you do? Give me like tips, you know. And by the way, that's a dangerous word, because there's really no such thing as, you know, talking to somebody for 30 seconds with 5 tips, and it's actually going to, you know, produce monumental, mountain moving results. We'd all would like that to be the case, but it's not. And so I get that question a lot, like I said. So what are you doing? Give me the things that you're doing. How do you do it? What's your routine? What do you do every day? How do you stay motivated? What do you do? How do you do it to be as prolific as you are, not only in the content that you put out, but also, in terms of like the exercise routines that I do pretty much every day, the multifamily properties that myself and my partners are working on and investing in and running and operating on a daily basis, but also we've got a brokerage business and also a management business and also employees and all that stuff. So at the end of the day, with all that going on and all you getting the shit done that you're getting done, how do you do it? What do you do? And so the answer that everybody is looking for, or the answer that people think, is very disappointing. And here's what I mean by that. Most people are looking for some kind of secret, mystical, magical thing that somebody's doing. They find out what that thing is. They do it. And all of a sudden they start getting the kinds of results that they've been looking for, if not for weeks, for years. Okay. And so there's a lot of self-help, motivational material that panders to that. Okay, so let me just give you a couple quick examples. And I promise I'm going to answer the question, by the way. So there are, my bookshelves are full of books. And I've read, I don't want to say I've read them all, but I've read most. And a lot of it is pandering to what I'm going to tell you. So for example, one of my favorite books is Think and Grow Rich. And that's actually the book that really kind of got me off my ass and got me into the real estate business and out of the world of being a prison guard and working for the Department of Corrections back in the late 80s and early 90s. And so I owe a lot to that book. But if you take that book by its cover, and even if you read that book, it's easy to believe that all you have to do is think, concentrate, focus, think, concentrate, and focus, and that which you desire, whatever it is, financially, personally, whatever, is going to appear in time. Okay? And there are other books like The Secret is another book that was very, very popular for a long time. And The Secret is a book about, the secret is all you really have to do, or what you really need to do is think, block out time in your day to think about, focus on, picture what it is that you want in your life, and it's going to appear. And gee whiz, if more people knew that this is all they had to do, with some persistence and some consistency, their lives would change dramatically. There's the Think and Grow Rich, which I said I owe a lot to. There's The Secret. There's also a lot of manifesting kinds of material out there. And a lot of it is sitting down, thinking, writing in a journal, looking at storyboards, looking at pictures of what you want, all that kind of stuff. And if you do that enough, what you want is going to appear. And so when it comes to what I do in my routines and how I can be as prolific as I am and how I can get as much shit done as I do and how I can have, let's just say what it is that I have in terms of the numbers of investors, the number of properties we have, what I have personally. And I'm not necessarily so much talking about, physical things that I have and own. I'm talking about personal things, my relationship with my family, all that kind of stuff, okay? And how I get shit done in all areas of my life comes down to giving you an answer that you're going to be most disappointed in. Because as I started out, as I mentioned before, I guess what I want to tell you there is everybody's looking for like the magic secret, that they can do. And it's the answer that they need to hear, but it's the answer that they don't want to hear. And I got this after about a year and a half of doing this. So I was the guy that, thought all the positive thoughts, wrote down all my goals, pictured everything I wanted to have, everything I wanted to do, everything I wanted to achieve financially, physically, personally. Kept reading all the books that pandered to that. And it took me about a year and a half until I figured out that it takes a hell of a lot more than just thinking about it, concentrating on it, and hoping to get what it is that you want. And to, as the investor said, get shit done. Because when you get shit done, in whatever area or areas of your life, that's where you start having the success that you're looking for. And that's the point. Because my routine, I'm going to disappoint you right now in what I'm going to tell you. My routine, daily routine, does not involve, getting up in the morning, journaling for a half hour, lighting up some incense, and meditating for another half hour, and then, doing another hour of yoga, and then getting into my day and starting that way. I don't have anything like that to tell you. Because what I'm going to tell you is not only the truth, not only is it accurate, but I'm convinced it's shared by many other folks that are successful in what they do. And it's this. I get my ass to work, and I work all the time. Okay. I take action and work all the time. That's what I do. So I get up in the morning and I get to work throughout the day, pretty much all day. The next day, I get up, get to work again. Okay? So how do I get shit done? How do I get the things that, I want for me, my family, and how do a lot of other successful people do it? The answer that has no sex appeal at all is I work my ass off. Okay? That's what I do. That's my routine. That's my philosophy. That's my daily motivation. That's all that stuff. It comes down to just that. That's it. I take action and put myself in those situations that are going to provide me what I want by taking the action to do it. Sure, it helps to have goals set, of course. Sure, it helps to think about what it is that you want and focus on what you want. But many, many people, and maybe you're one of them, thinks that that's all you have to do. And maybe a little bit of action after that is all that it takes. Well, I hate to tell you, it's the other way around. It's the exact opposite. Okay? It's 90% working your ass off and 10% mental. Okay? 10% of the thinking, concentrating, formulating, working. If you're into affirmations, that too, that's like 10% of it. The other 90% plus 90% plus is working your freaking ass off and taking action. That's it. That's it. So you can imagine when people ask me the question, how do you stay motivated? And what's kind of your daily, what's your morning routine? Hell, there's even books out there, Magical Morning, and what do you do in the morning, and journaling in the morning, and all that kind of shit. And if you're into it, fine. But I'm here to tell you, it's about getting up in the morning and getting your ass to work. That's it. That's it. There's no magic about it. There's no fairy dust. There's no, chiming music in the background. I'm not, doing mantras in the morning. I'm not, doing any kind of meditation stuff. I'm not doing any of that. I'm getting to work. And that's it. That's it. And that's the answer nobody really wants to hear, because nobody really wants to work. And when I say nobody, I'm not, of course, including you. You're different. Otherwise, you wouldn't be listening to this podcast. But that's the answer. And it's the answer nobody wants to hear. And so there are millions and millions and millions of dollars spent on books, audiobooks, programs, self-help, self-improvement that basically tell you think, concentrate, picture, and it will all appear. And if you go back in time, it basically kind of there's like reboots of this. It's like on version 25.0. Okay? And so this podcast is about disappointing a lot of people, because I don't have any magic pills. I don't have any magical routine. I don't have anything that I share with you, that I can share with you, that is just, holy shit. You mean if I get up and I, get the incense burning and meditate for a half hour, face the west, I face in the direction of the west or east or whatever. It's getting your ass to work and putting yourself in front of the opportunities by taking that action that will get you what you ultimately want, knowing that there's price paying to be done in order to get it. That's it. That's as revolutionary as it gets with me. And by the way, that's as revolutionary as it gets with most of the people that you may know of or have heard of that have the things that you would really like to have in whatever area of your life. I can pretty much guarantee that they're doing what I just explained to you, even though from the outside looking in, it might seem like they got something going on, some kind of routine, some kind of magical, mystical thing they picked up somewhere. No, they don't. They just work their ass off. Okay? That's it. That's my ultimate routine. So I subscribe to other people's podcasts, and I listen to them, and I don't live in a cave, and I check things out, and I research, and I think and listen and contemplate on a lot of stuff, because I don't like to stay stale. I like to expand and learn and understand new things. But the thing that continues to go around and round year after year is the thought of thinking, picturing, hoping, wishing, concentrating, and things will then start to appear. Please understand that is total horseshit. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. Again, like I said, it took me about 1.5 years to figure that out when I did a lot of that, but then, no money or no benefits were coming in. I just did a lot of thinking about it. Until you put yourself and work your ass off and get yourself in front of those situations and opportunities, that are going to give you what you're looking for. You're just going to be hoping, wishing, and that's all that's going to happen to you. That's it. That's it. So, if there's an area that you have in your life, maybe more than one area, I don't know, that you want to have better, you want to make it better, and it's not where you want it to be, if you take a real honest assessment of yourself, you look at what you've done so far in that area, and you look at yourself honestly, and you'll see what a guy that said this to me some time ago. I think it's actually in the Bible too. By your fruits you will know them. If you've got some fruit in some area of your life that is not really good, I can almost guarantee it's because of what I'm talking about. I can almost guarantee that's the case. And so, yeah, we can talk all about discipline, and yeah, we can talk all about, what you got to do to get in that mindset. We could go all over all that crap, but I'm not going to do that, at least on this episode. What I do want to make sure you understand, again, is simply this. It's not about routines. It's not about magical mornings. It's not about getting hooked up with the right kind of meditation routine. It's not about reading the right book. It's not about doing the right kind of yoga routine. It's about getting up and getting your ass to work and continuing to work and getting yourself, by taking that action in front of those opportunities that will give you ultimately what you're looking for. Okay? And this goes for like anything. Sports, business, physically, mentally, whatever it is. I've just given you the answer. Unfortunately, it's the answer that most people don't want to hear, but it is the answer. And when it comes to me, that's what I do. Have a great day. Have a great week or weekend whenever you've listened to me. We will talk to you later. All right. Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining Darin Garman's Paranoid Banker Podcast. For investment questions, comments, or to get in touch with Darin, go to www.garmanblog.com. Thanks for joining Darin Garman's Paranoid Banker Podcast. For investment questions, comments, or to get in touch with Darin, go to www.garmanblog.com.